Today, we're going to build a tool to help us navigate the, let's be honest, kind of tricky world of disagreements and complex ideas. We're going to put together what I like to call an intellectual compass, a guide to having more productive, more insightful, and frankly, just plain smarter conversations.
So let's start with a feeling I bet we all recognize. Have you ever walked away from a debate or an argument feeling like you just ran in circles for an hour? You feel frustrated, you feel misunderstood, and you're no closer to the truth than when you started? It's a super common experience, but here's the thing, it really doesn't have to be the norm.
You see, the problem usually starts with our goal. Are we there to argue? Which, if you think about it, is all about conflict, about winning, about ego. Or are we there to have a conversation, which is about exploration, collaboration, and this shared goal of just understanding? The second we shift our mindset from that first column to the second one, everything changes. To help us make that shift, to get us out of that argument mode, we're going to build our intellectual compass. Think of it as a mental model with three key parts that'll help us find our way through pretty much any complex topic with anyone. The first, and I'd say the most important part, is the foundation. See, before we can even begin to navigate the world of ideas with other people, we have to calibrate our own compass first. And that all starts with some serious self-awareness and intellectual honesty. So how do we actually do that? How do we calibrate ourselves? Well, it starts with these three steps. First, define your terms. Make sure you have a crystal clear understanding of the concepts we're even talking about. Second, and this one is huge, you have to admit what you don't know. Acknowledging your own uncertainty isn't weakness, it's a sign of real intellectual strength. And third, if anything feels fuzzy or unclear, ask why. Get curious, explore it.
And look, this isn't some one-and-done checklist, right? This is a set of mental habits you have to practice. We need to cultivate a healthy skepticism, not just of what other people say, but of our own answers. It means not getting too attached to our beliefs, being willing to look at things from totally different angles, and always, always asking more questions. That's how you keep your compass pointing true.
Okay, on to the second part of our compass. Once we've done the work to calibrate our own thinking, then we can start navigating with others. And the absolute key here is learning how to have a real dialogue, how to critique the idea, not the person holding it. This right here, this is the golden rule. It sounds simple, but it's so incredibly powerful. The moment a discussion turns into an attack on someone's intelligence or their character, that's it. The search for truth is over. But if you can keep the focus locked on the merits of the idea itself, you can explore just about anything. And here's what that actually sounds like in the real world. On one hand, you could criticize the person and say something like, that's a stupid belief. That's a total dead end. It just builds a wall and makes them defensive. Or you could critique the idea. You could say, here's a potential flaw I see in that idea. See the difference? That's an invitation to work together. It opens the door for a real discussion. And that brings us right back to where we started. This is exactly how we avoid those useless arguments and instead have productive conversations, healthy debates. The focus shifts away from a battle of egos and becomes a collaborative hunt for the best idea. And finally, we've got the third part of our compass, the mindset. This is what guides everything else. It's all about staying open and being patient. This is what keeps our compass pointed towards our true north, which is genuine understanding. Now, a huge obstacle to this mindset is something called the obvious truth fallacy. This is the assumption that an idea is just, obvious. We have to remember that what seems self-evident to you is built on your own unique experiences, your knowledge, your background. It's almost never that obvious to someone else. We have to let ideas stand on their own 2 feet. So, what does this actually look like in practice? It means being patient. It means giving the other person the space and time to really think about what you're saying. It means you taking the time to genuinely listen to their perspective because, hey, you might actually learn something. And above all, it means keeping things friendly. A welcoming vibe makes honest exploration possible. This quote really just gets to the heart of it all. It's such a great reminder to be humble. I mean, none of us were born with our current beliefs, right? We learned every single one of them. And that simple fact makes it pretty much inevitable that we don't have all the right answers. If we can just remember that everyone is on their own learning journey, it becomes so much easier to be patient with them. So there you have it, your intellectual compass. It's a unified tool, a whole system.
It starts with calibrating yourself through self-awareness. Then it guides your dialogues by keeping the focus on ideas, not people. And the whole thing is powered by this open and patient mindset. Put them all together, and you've got a seriously powerful guide for better understanding.
So I'll leave you with this. Using this compass isn't just about how you talk to other people. It's really about how you think for yourself. So the real question is this: what's one idea, big or small, that you're now ready to reconsider?